What is up, my dudes? It's Pacman here, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new episode of Or6 Analysis, to show you where I take your footage and show you where you can best improve. So today we're checking out my friend Montaigne.um, currently playing at Gold 2, has played as high as Plat 3 in the past, but can't ever seem to kind of push past that point, right? He's been playing the game since launch, and he's seen people come into the game later and kind of move forward past Plat 3 and stuff, and just wants to know what's holding him back, or what's he doing wrong. Okay, he also plays as the IGL. He fills the IGL position for his university team, which is super cool. I didn't realize that actually happened at unis, that you had like, you know, little university leagues and stuff like that. That's sick. I would have loved to have played in some of them in my time. But yeah, so hopefully what we can do, man, is we can point out a few things, show you where you could best improve, or where you could use your IGL ability, and, you know, we'll just work on some things. So best of luck with the competitions, and yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. Some real soothing ass music he got on the back there. When I was flicking through this game, I was like, oh my god, I never even realized that Villa had played music throughout it. And yeah, we'll soon know why. He turns it off. I'll strip it out. It's like, what? I never knew Villa had like a background soundtrack. There it goes. We're playing on Villa with the Thermite. Droning up.
IGL drone you.
Droning in the IQ. That's a good stat.
Valkyrie.
Habana going down is not a good stat. Even just look at that. Like I know this is nothing to do with you, but just for a heads up, guys, as those of you that potentially play hard breaches, see if I can get a better idea of it. All right, so those of you who potentially play hard breaches, don't do this. Like, don't go on some like weird ass, I don't know where her skull just went, like somewhere down there or something downstairs, just completely apart from, you know, the two players there, the Zofia there, and then the other player that's kind of more that way. You're just completely alone over there. She goes down with no ability to refrag, you know, and an apology is fine, but it costs your team big time. So don't go on a solo mission like that, especially when you're playing hard breach.
Master clear. No, statue. Bathroom, fuck.
Let's even touch on that, have a little cheeky conversation about it. So you did the right thing, right? So you droned through, you said you droned in the IQ. You've droned into master bedroom and then had a quick cheeky look in closet, said master bedroom's clear, and the IQ has decided to yeet in through the window, right? So look, when you're droning, what I usually say as I'm droning is I say like master clear, I'm checking bathroom, just give me a second, or like going through bathroom, hold on, or care statue. So wherever way, let's say if you go to drone, first you hop in the room, have a quick look, nothing there. You go to drone the closet, say I'm droning closet, just give me a sec. I'm droning bathroom now. Care, you can start to push up, but just care statue, care the statue swing, you know, and try and relay that information because you're the eyes there. So be as loud and talkative as you can be, but in the same respect, that's not exactly your fault. Wouldn't be too hard on yourself for that. Really, what there should be, like especially when it's in terms of like your college teams, you should have two droners, right? So if you're going for a north take, if you're going for a master take to come up to the back of 90, two drones should be going in. One should be going straight through to statue, and the other one should be, after checking closet, going around and through bathroom through to astronomy, right? Where with this drone coming in, checking landing, and maybe going over to trophy, or potentially just checking landing and starting to scope out 90. When the other drone comes through from astronomy and checks out trophy at the back end, right? So two drones are always better than one in that regard, because situations like this happen. The IQ did get hasty though, and just decided to jump straight through, and it ended up costing her a life. So it's not really your fault, but just a fair heads up as to what should have happened there in an ideal situation. Even that, like your second drone. Sorry to just to keep hounding on you, but. Like, so...
Statue.
Right.
Bathroom, fuck.
Individual gets the kill. You start pre-aiming things. That's fine. Trying to take that aggressive position, I guess. One's astronomy. You get on your drone.
No, Astro's clear.
Astro's clear. And then you decide not to kind of keep droning. as a thermite, it wouldn't have saved him. This guy jumped in as well, so, you know, overall, it's not, the precedence isn't on just you to drone. Everyone should be droning if they don't know something's clear. But in the same regard, like, just because one of your teammates died doesn't mean you can't drone still, right? So you can still drone and try and find that visual for the rest of your teammates. That's why we have 2 drones. So, yeah, just something to keep in mind. That blitz just went big. Took out the vigil. Indeed. How does this play out? Oh! Oh! Nice shot. Nice little quick, cheeky, quick peek.
Trophy.
You're sending it, bro. You got that momentum. I like it. Not sure about the laser side, though, my man. Feel like that would just give you position away far more than it would actually assist you in getting a kill. That's my personal opinion on laser sights, but everyone to their own.
No.
Damn. That blitz just went off.
Let's go, boys.
What was that? What was that?
Let's go, boys.
It's like Donald Duck. All right. Okay, round 2. Why is your stuff in French? You must be French, obviously. How would answer that? That's super weird. Fizz d'action. Je suis Dara. Pacman. Bonjour. Is bonjour French? Yeah, it is. True. Hang on. Okay, so what are we doing now? So the boys are going for some sort of different take. You're gonna go with them. These boys just don't like droning.
One's Astro. He's falling back to statue. He's in trophy.
Falling back to trophy. Let's see what we do now. So I would be inclined to stay on your drone there. Maybe get a little bit a little bit closer and start droning again. There's a lot of. This is a pretty hectic game. A lot of frags happening early days. That's right outside your window. Oh! Unlucky. Well played. Drone goes down. You've still got a second drone. So, like, again, in that situation, the first thing I would be doing is straight away throwing out that next drone and finding them. Because remember who you're playing. You're playing that, like, especially in your team, you're playing that position of IGL, and, you know, right now you're playing Thermite with the bomb. Get your next drone out, man. You've got 2. Can someone drone it? Even that, like, you know, can someone drone it? But look who the other players on your team are. You got an Ash and a Sledge, right? You're outside the building, they're within the building. So really, it should be you that's droning that. You should have, basically, as soon as you took that pop on the Jaeger, hopped on, there was no drone there, chuck out the next immediately and start re-droning. Keep applying pressure and keep giving live call-outs for your 2 fraggers that are still up and inside, right? Just a cheeky tip.
One's in trophy, and one's in trophy and one's in statue.
Okay.
You should both push at the same time from different sides.
Okay, we're sending it.
Sounds like one dropped to backstairs.
Did sound like they dropped. All right, now even in this position, right? So now you haven't used this drone. So what you could do, because it's a 3v2, what you could do is just chuck this drone right here. Hello, little drone. Give him a little smiley face. So that if this player decides to rotate up astronomy, you can at least get that information, or even, you know, maybe even pop it back here and hide it, so that if someone runs past to come flank you, you guys have that live call out. It's probably even better than just right out in his face. You have that live call out and you can play for that kill. It should be a free and easy kill. Otherwise, you kind of have to leave this Ash as just a permanent flank watch, which is what's happening right now. You know, you'd rather her have her gun out, or maybe get one of them 2 or something like that. But the idea of a flank drone probably works in this situation. Either way, that drone shouldn't still be in your pocket. Not sure what old mate was trying to do there, but well played. Nicely done to take the kill.
Vault.
I fought.
So you don't really need to reload there as well. And I've kind of seen that a few times. Not from you specifically. But people thinking they need to reload. Like, you've got 23 bullets here. This player, like, based on that sound cue, right? Listen. That player is right in vault. You even get the call out and one of your players goes down. Right? So this player is right here. You've got the line of sight right there. This player is here shooting at these guys, or, you know, maybe more realistically, he's a little bit further back here. But, you know, what you could do there with 23 bullets, it only takes 1 bullet to the head, right? Even with 5 or 6 bullets, you could still take that gunfight. 23 is ample, and the support's needed like ASAP, right? You need to give that support immediately. But it's just something I see players do, where with 23 bullets, you decide to reload at a kind of a weird point in time. But
He's going for
anyway,
watch.
yeah, just like that.
Shit, boy.
So that probably only used 9 bullets. So you don't always have to reload in those situations. You can just stick with your few bullets. It doesn't take a full clip to get a kill. All right, round 3. 2-0 up. It's a good start.
Can you go below and ash the wall so to get the bandit batteries off?
Okay, so you're gonna go for a master take, get the ash to open up from below, get rid of the batteries, and go from there. So let's see how this one plays out. You have a Montaigne as well. That Montaigne's probably best pushed up 90, I would say. Monty specifically is quite effective, kind of just being pushed directly in on trophy from 90. But let's see how this one goes.
Entry clear here.
Seems like you got good communication though, and you've got like, you understand what you're supposed to be doing with droning. You just don't understand the like, looks like you're missing like a few small details that will kind of raise your game. Because your mechanics are fine. That just went terribly. So again, same sort of thing. It's just like you've got the idea of when you should be droning. Even if we go back to this, so that you've decided to go for that push, right? So you're in this 3v5. Where does this happen? So you're in this 3v5 here. You've still got drones alive, and you kind of decide to go for this this push underneath to try and take some shots through the floor, where, you know, you could still be just giving them live information as that thermite. It's all about, like, with droning specifically is all about trying to relay live and concise information to the fraggers, right? So to your, I guess your blitz is your fragger here, right? And your ash, maybe your gridlock or whatever. You're trying to give live information. I know we have a Monty there that should be kind of pushing forward and doing that for you too. But a drone alongside a Monty is a really good combination. It's so much information for your fraggers to work off. So just remember your role. In this sort of situation, you're not really needed down here underneath. Matter of fact, like, you've got the bomb. So in that situation, if there was someone playing down here below and you did get kind of taken out of position, never mind the bandit getting the 2 kills, but if someone did kill you down here, it throws a massive spanner into the round. It's not overly necessary. Either be with your team taking the gunfights or give them live information. That would be my perspective on it, especially as thermite with the bomb. And pool water bloke loves the blitz.
Doc is trying me behind the desk.
See, now it's kind of dodgy to.
What the fuck did Bandit just do?
Now it's kind of dodgy to get the drone out. You can still do it though. Taking your time here. There's an echo drone that's probably on your location. My dogs are just barking viciously in the background. And this music's playing. Nice kill on the bandit. Nice spot. What can we do? Wouldn't be planting the bomb.
Fuck.
Yeah. All right. Sorry for going silent there. I just wanted to watch that and see how it played out. So you played this really well. So you kind of tried your best to make your gunfights isolated, right? So you've got 3 flashbangs as well. That's something to remember. But I don't know. Is it a sound cue? Must have been a sound cue. I couldn't hear it, but that was well played to get the bandit, right? And even here, what I would usually check out is for someone that's playing right behind this statue here. It's a pretty common spot. So if you're going to check low to see if someone's holding it, all right, make them really big eyes. If someone's holding it like that, so I get checking low if someone's crouched. But then I would also be quickly have a cheeky look up here because that's a pretty commonly held spot in the corner there, right behind the statue. But we continue to on, so that's it's 1v3. You've got one gunfight isolated, as the bandit went for a flank. Not overly necessary. Seen his gun. Nice shot. Notice the echo drone. That's really well done. And then here, you get the gunfight onto the echo. Again, another 1v1. You're taking a second. And then here, I think this is obviously what it is, because like you die from it. So the thing to remember, right, is you've still got 45 seconds, right? So you've still got plenty of time. You've got 2 drones just downstairs, directly below to find you a bit of information. You don't have to use them, but I wouldn't be in a situation like this. You're kind of giving them the advantage in that regard because you're letting them know that you're directly on site, and that you're planting the bomb. I would only plant the bomb in a 1v1 situation if, obviously there was massive time constraints and I just had to plant the bomb right there and then, or I wasn't going to be able to get the plant off. Or if I'm behind something that's enough cover, like on Outback when you're playing in that compressor room and you plant at the very back, it's kind of hard to explain, but behind like the tanker, because if they're coming from the other side and you're planting, you can quickly pop up and take shots at them. Whereas with this, you have there's no cover there. You're not covered by anything. You're just out in the middle of the open, and you go for the plant. I would personally have taken my time there, reset, maybe go back out to landing behind the corner and just hold the flank for a moment, and then start clearing angles again and try and locate them, and then you can plant accordingly. All right. Okay, round 4. You got Black Ice in the M59. Pretty jealous, won't lie. I got that new Pro League skin though, so not trying to flex, but it's pretty dank. Let's see what sort of position. This French language is really tripping me out. Let's have a suss.
Dude, she's fucking. She's 5 HP.
This kid. Gonna have to mute him. That's exactly how you don't react. She's 5 HP. Where is she 5 HP, Minty?
The drone closet.
Alright. I'm still, even personally, I'm still undecided as to whether or not I want to laser sight on my shotgun. I know it tightens the spread, and I made a video about best attachments, but recently I've been playing, and it's just been causing me more hassle than good. Okay, so we have the Monty pushing up straight away. That's a good smoke. It's a good smoke. I wouldn't say that's a good smoke, and I'll tell you why I think that. Right? So wait, let's just see how this plays out for a moment. Okay, it's just while we have a second. So when you're playing as smoke, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not like a smoke main or anything like that, but I have played in a team which had a smoke main. But smoke's kind of main role is to waste time, right? So like obviously waste time and deny planting late round, but you can use your smoke canisters earlier in the round. And a situation like that with the Monty pushing up is a perfect time to lob a smoke canister right there, and boom, Monty has to push back, right? Then what happened straight from that is where I think the mistake was made. It's not a mistake, it's just poor utility usage to an extent, right? So first smoke's there, that's great. Stops the Monty, he has to push back. You take a peek, the Monty is way back here, right? So the Monty's obviously way back over here. And then you go and lob another one at him to try and do some damage. But it's pretty easy for the Monty to just walk forward at that point. So yeah, first one was good. Second one was a bit of a waste. So what I'd rather do is pop the first one, wait for that to settle in, and now another one there in a situation like that as the Monty's starting to push forward again. pop another one potentially. You know?
Monty's in bathroom.
That's just being nitpicky though. Someone's on astronomy. Oh my god,
Shit.
you lost your mind.
Where's she
Oh, it's
at?
Astro stairs. Astro stairs.
Backstairs. Drop red. Drop red.
Oh, she got 2.
Don't worry about Monty.
2v2. It's
Red
unfortunate,
stairs,
man.
stairs.
Nah.
I fucked up.
Yeah, like let's take a quick look at this. So I know you already seem to know it, but this is kind of a classic example of someone just in the moment just losing their mind. So this entire game, Mr. Montaigne, you've been playing pretty calculated and pretty smart for the most part, right? And then here you hear this footstep and you go, send it,
Shit.
send it. Don't need to do that at all, right? Like another way, you've still got a smoke canister. So if you hear someone at the top of that stairs, right here, you can just lob a smoke canister. Sorry, let me draw it. You can just lob a smoke canister somewhere like that or somewhere like that, which will just smoke them off, and she'll have to fall back down the stairs. You can make the call out and readjust, right? So make that call out, and then potentially, look at rotating back around here or. Anywhere, or even playing where you are, just buying yourself some time and allowing your teammates to reposition for the Zofia. So again, just a little a funky way of doing things. I get it. It's 4v2. You want to be the hero, but it's a fast way to lose rounds. And as we've seen, that was all she wrote. Okay, round 5. Playing the bandit this time. Hopefully, going to be doing some fragging, some roaming. Man, I can't believe we play with that music in the background the entire time. Maybe that's just for the recording, but yeah, that's really funky.
We get that one right.
I can't play with music in the background. I do when I play if I play quick play and stuff sometimes, I'll just pop some music on, but that's obviously very low stakes. So is ranked, but it's a little bit more intense than obviously than quick play. So when I'm playing seriously, and even when I'm playing quick play, I often have to stop it because I'm just quite a competitive person. I don't like
Can I
losing.
reinforce this one?
Okay, so we're playing from underneath. See, sometimes the music's nice. Afternoon reading the library. Bit of music in the background. I love it. Okay. Hopping on the cams. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of action. So the biggest thing when you're roaming like this, right, is you want to find out where the enemy team is pushing from so that you don't get skipped over, like I've mentioned in some of my earlier coaching videos. Like being skipped over as a roamer is it's a fast way to kind of just be irrelevant during your roam. So you want to make it as hard as possible for them to go through with their push that they're going for. So Capitow's holding red stairs, I guess. Sounds like they're pushing from study. Let's see how you play this. Nice skin, by the way. Okay. Good C4. Nice. Well played. Well played.
There's a Monty and a Sophia, I think, in the last two.
And that's what I mean. Trying to find out where they're coming from
Mexican.
and making it as uncomfortable as possible for the enemies to actually push that way. That's kind of the job of the roamer. Be a thorn, a pain in the side. Yeah, you're communicating well. There's a very, very calm presence about you, probably because you're playing all this relaxing music in the background. But you've got a lot of good things going for you, my friend. Okay. Wouldn't mind seeing you back on site at this point. Going for the flank.
Capitao dead.
I would probably do the same thing.
Just
but-
came on. Let's relax here for a minute.
Okay. Now this is going to be interesting.
Last one's Monty.
Ah. It's a fat GG. Super difficult to kill a Monty.
Fucking hell.
Goddamn Monties. Okay, well that's not going to do it. Bait out the plant. That's probably the only way, right? Bait out the plant. And when if he pushes down his shield, smack him so that he loses his balance, and then finish him with shots. It's the only way out, like that, exactly like that. That's like the only way I know how to beat a Monty. Or if you get like if you get them like backed into a corner, like let's draw this out, right? Imagine let's draw the mini though. So imagine this is the Monty. And then this is the player, right? And so what you can do is you can kind of like really quickly shift and lean at the same time. Sorry, console boys, but like on ADS, leaning both ways, shifting so that the Monty has to keep pushing side to side, and then you can kind of take pop shots at his side like that, or even go for his head if you want, but just take pop shots and just wait for him to mess up a few times. If you can get him into the corner at the start of the round, that's what I'd usually do. And sometimes you can just down him, just line 3 or 4 bullets and it puts him down. Aside from that, like if the Monty plays it right, it's very, very difficult to beat a good Monty one-on-one. But I would love to be given some advice from those who actually play Monty. I don't play Monty. I've come up against them a lot of times and I've lost. I've won a few times, but it is quite difficult. The Jaeger there in that situation, and that's the most important part of a 1v2 is to just wait and collectively swing together. Even if it's not a Monty, if it's one player, don't give the player one-on-one gunfights. Take peek at the same time so that he can't physically shoot 2 people at once. Some people can, like sort of, you can boop, boop, flick, flick, but it makes it a lot more difficult when you give them individual isolated gunfights. It's a lot easier to clutch that 1v2. But yeah, leave me a comment down in the comments down below. I would love to know from any of you Monty mains out there. I would love to know what's the best way to beat you guys 1v1. When bomb's down, when you got the bomb down. So I know it's going to be tough, but let me know down in the description, in the comments. Okay. Round 5, match point. We're playing the smoke again. I don't mind that smoke. The only thing about, that shield, the only problem with it is there's no ADSs. Right, so when you're playing a shield position like that, a powerful shield position, you really want someone to be playing like either a Wamai, put some Wamai things up there, or whatever, some ADSs to support this position, because at this rate it's very hard. That's kind of the problem with the shield being here as well, I guess. That I'm just trying to figure out where you could potentially put, because like all your Wamais are susceptible to being shot from someone on the stairs, so you need someone playing from below, or you'd need at least just good barbed wire there. But they're susceptible there. Where could you put an ADS? Probably nowhere. So maybe the shield isn't that strong because it can just be taken out with a nade through the window. It can be taken out with a cheeky Zofia impact grenade, like landed right there. So the position looks good, but without protection, I think it would be pretty easy to push you out of there, especially if you were looking at like competitive play. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something there though.
Nice.
VX Minty gets the job done. Early days.
I got a Monty,
One main into library.
So one into the library. Make the call
They're
out.
pushing library.
Check your other cams. Hey,
One in bike.
is this live?
No, it's IQ, dude.
Lost it. That's unfortunate. Like, this is what loses rounds. Like, it's nothing like really. How do I explain this, right? So, the vigil gets a pick on whoever, right? And then you got just here in 2 secs, you've got someone go down, so the Cade goes down, right? And then the vigil goes to refrag and loses that gunfight. And that's unfortunate because that's just someone's shot extremely well, and there's not much you can do about that. One close. Nice shots. Not much you can do about that. But it really can lose rounds. Trades are so important, so important. You need to be able to hit that shot on a trade. Maybe the timing was slightly off, Try and figure out why that trade was missed. Yeah.
Fucking bedroom.
Nah, and that there again, that's just a little too late. Like obviously, hindsight, and guys, just do remember that, like be nice to everyone when you're watching these videos, because it's very easy for me to sit here and analyze what went wrong or what could have been done better, because I'm not in the heat of the moment. I'm not playing. It's not 3-2 and we're 2v2. So like it's very easy to see things post game when you're looking back on it. Not so easy to do it on the fly. But in that regard, what I would do here Excuse me. Right, so step up, get the kill.
Monty's on red. Don't push it, bandit. Just fall back.
Potentially, once you hear this Monty, like now that you hear them coming from that side, so immediately chucking a smoke down right there. So once you hear it, or even without hearing them, just give yourself a little bit of breathing room from this side so you can readjust, reload your weapons, pop the smoke down so that the Monty can't just, push through and do his thing again. Let's get the Monty face again. Yeah. So the smoke placement was just a little bit late. And getting shot from the side. Monty plays it well.
Veteran.
Goddamn Monties, man. People really seem to struggle with them. See how this goes.
Not the problem.
Alright. Pool water, it's on you.
Instant
Spoiler alert, I know he loses it because the video only has a minute left. Let's figure out why he loses it. Okay. Taking a little bit too long considering that they have a Monty. Thank you so much. Yeah, don't love the drop down. God, he's going to have to get very lucky. He's given himself basically no time to kill a Monty and a player. Gets the player. GG's. Oh. He gets it, but like I said, just for anyone else's reference as well, when you're playing against it's a 1v2 like that, and the other team has a Monty and a player, you really want to be very cautious of your time because it's gonna take you a little bit of time to get that Monty done, if at all, right? It's only if he kind of plays it wrong, but it's gonna take you a little bit of time. So you really need to be aware of that and go for that player, the individual squishy, as we'll call him, an individual player with a gun out fast and try and take it out so that you have enough time to actually deal with the Monty. But yeah, Montaigne, my friend, that's actually pretty ironic. Your name is Montaigne. There you go. And you get done by the Monty. Yeah, look, man, nothing strikes me there to say that like, this is exactly why you're falling behind. Like it looks like you're solo queue, so that's probably a good reason as to why you're not, in terms of rank, you're not progressing linearly. Solo queue, it's the reality of the situation. Solo queue is good for improvement and it's good to work on your own individual personal skill. It's not good for ranking up. It's not good to increase your rank because you don't know who you're being matched with and there's not enough coordination there. So that's just the reality of the situation. Looks like you shouldn't be playing in goal 2. You should be at least in goal 1, potentially in plat 3. So something around there. My advice to you, and what I could say is just try and pick up on what I was talking about with the droning. So it's all about live information and then re-droning, right? And droning your fraggers. Give your fraggers the best chance possible. Remember when you're playing a thermite that you are the support, right? So that it's your job to be droning through. If you don't want to play a support and you want to play a fragger, fix that up within the team, right? And you take a role because it looks like your gun skill is fine, right? So, try and take that role as a Zofia or an Ash or something along those lines and be the one that's taking the gunfights and ask for people to drone you through. But when you are playing the role of a thermite or any sort of support character, you really want to be very vocal as you're going through and letting them know what you're droning, what you haven't droned, and having that coordination with your other support player. And that's just a little bit of coordination, maybe hop into a private match and work on a few pushes with you and your college boys. But in my opinion, the fastest way that you're going to be able to improve, if you actually really do want to improve, fastest way that you guys are going to improve is if you actually, not just play against the other colleges that are around, potentially just have some scrims, right? So just, go on to, I'm not sure how it works over in the States, but, over here we have our 6ANZ, which is a Discord, and you can organize scrims, Face It, I believe, or different forums. There's different ways to get in contact if you just type in like, NA East scrims or something like that. I'm sure you'll find it for Rainbow Six. But put yourself up there against other coordinated teams and bang it on head to head, right? And lose games. Face players that are in higher ranks, that are a coordinated team. Figure out why they're just stomping you or what they're doing so much better than you, and adjust, and add elements of their game into your game. The fastest way, I promise you now, and this goes for everyone out there, the fastest way to truly improve at this game is to, find find yourself a 5-stack and play within a team, play a role within a team. That is the fastest way that you're going to improve, okay? It was the fastest way that I improved, and it's just the truth, right? Now, Montaigne, you've got the luxury of already having a team, so I don't know how committed the other guys in your team are, if they would be happy to, you know, do scrims 3 or 4 nights a week, or however many times you want to do them, but you will see a massive improvement in your own game and in the team as a whole if you do that. Go out and scrim teams that aren't necessarily just in that college league, face other teams that are, you know, competing and maybe trying to aspiring to Challenger League and different things like that. Play them, and yeah, you'll soon understand and find holes in your game. Okay, so you know, and if they're not, if your other college friends aren't as keen as you are to, you know, really improve and push forward, there's no reason that you can't go and find another team to hop into in the meantime as well. So play for one main team and then also represent your college in the other team. So, you know, I don't know your personal situation, but there's nothing that like specific strikes out to me saying like this is what's holding you back. I think it's just that little, you just need to take your game to the next level by versing people at the next level, because you got a lot of free kills in this game as well, with people kind of just doing funky things, which just won't happen as you get higher and higher, and that's probably what's holding you back. So spend your time playing against players in that higher rank, you know, and then eventually you'll adjust your game to fit their game style. You'll come back down here, and you know, you'll breeze through. It'll be too easy. So yeah, hopefully you can take some of these tips on board, man. I wish you the best of luck with the season. I always respect a competitor. And guys, if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Be sure to tell me as well how to beat a Monty one-on-one. I need to know this. Everyone needs to know this. Montaigne needs to know this. How do we beat a Monty one-on-one? And what's your biggest weakness as a Monty? Okay, but without wasting any more of your time, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.